asked me to come in tomorrow, but I have cardio. I made the decision that it was probably time for an ER trip. Morning lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amity Gilmour and this is my life. We have not done one of these in a while, and by one of these I mean a weekly vlog. We have a lot on this week, so I thought I'd bring you along. Before we start, I'm going to explain a little bit of a health update while I take my medication, which is basically the health update is about my medication. This here is my medical card. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. Here's what it looks like. So we're gonna take my medication together, but it's not as simple as it used to be, and I'm gonna explain why and what's going on and all that. I ended up in hospital last month. Before that, it was like every 2 weeks I was ending up in hospital. Basically, everything I take medication for was an issue, and it was like the medication wasn't working at all. And then we realized my medication was going straight through me. So we went to the GP. Basically, I stopped absorbing my medication. Our step forward was, okay, what pills can be crushed and what can't? And it turns out all my pills can be crushed. I am crushing them. I put it in some water, mix it around, makes a nice little soup. Then I just syringe it up. Okay, here we go. Alright, I've gotten ready for the morning and I've done my quiet time because I really love that and love getting back into that. If you don't know what I mean by quiet time, I mean like bibble stuff, you know? And right now we have a dilemma. I am leading the craft for my church's girls brigade sort of thing. I'm trying to work out, this is my little lab. Welcome to my meth lab. Jokes, it's not. Don't tell the police, don't tell that. We're gonna be doing resin cheese boards like this, and I'm still trying to work it out, but I've ran out of gloves. We need gloves because I learned the hard way. You need gloves. Let's just say I didn't wear gloves once and I got it on my skin, and I read this thing on Google that was telling me that I need to get it off my hand like straight away, otherwise like it was gonna like cause all these issues and I was gonna need to go to hospital. I was like, what? And I was freaking out. Anyway, I'm pretty sure Google was overreacting, but I got it off. We need to get gloves. That was my story of how to explain to you guys that we're gonna go for a walk to the grocery store to get gloves. So let's go. Done the bottom coat on the resin cheese board. I have a confession to make. I just cut my housemates over $100 jeans. Don't worry, she asked me to. We're going to fix them because they have a flare on them and she doesn't like the bootleg. Which is kind of sad because I love bootleg. Who doesn't love a bootleg? I have just been working on some stuff, listening at the moment to the For King and Country soundtrack to the new movie, which I'm really excited to go see. Also doing my job, which if you don't know what I do for a living, I do contract marketing. So I market for a bunch of different businesses. That's what I'm doing now. See you guys soon. I thought I would also talk to you guys about what I've been up to since I last talked to you on the camera, which was not that long ago, but in that time I've been able to book an appointment with the colorectal surgeon. By the way, if you're wondering what these glasses are, they are not prescription, they are blue light. I'm just seeing if that helps with my sleep at the moment because I'm just not sleeping very well. I've booked an appointment with the colorectal. It's next week. I may or may not include that in this video. I got in like really quickly. I handed in my referral today and then I got a call like straight after being like, hey, we saw I'm your nurse, the nurse that works with the doctor, and I'm gonna be organizing all the stuff. Can you come in tomorrow? So they first asked me to come in tomorrow, but I have cardio tomorrow, so I can't make it. So I'm coming in the week after, so next week. Anyway, let's get to work. Morning, I'm so tired. I went out last night for a girls, like a women's revive night for our church. It's like a women's ministry thing, and today is a big day, like massive. There is so much on today. We are going to go visit my friend who is in hospital at the moment. Obviously today we have our cardio appointment, like our checkup, so I'm hoping that goes well. I'm just gonna explore today because I need to get out of the house. I've been confined to this house for a while and I've barely been going out because I've just been so sick, and so it's time to get out of my little hobbit hole. Solitude. I'm meeting up with a friend tonight. I don't know if there's gonna be heaps of wind in this video. If there is, I apologize. I'm chill. You guys nearly just got to see my lunch. I thought I would update you guys on what's going on. I'm gonna try and be quiet because there's like people everywhere. Cardiology went good, but for now I'm just gonna look at the views. Just checking in today. I've been in bed all day because yesterday, as you saw, was quite a massive day. There was a time where I wasn't able to do days like that at all, and then when I got my feeding tube, I was able to do those days, and I was even able to do it without needing to rest as much afterwards. And now I can do those days. I just need to rest the next day, like sleep the whole day. So that's what I've been doing. I slept in and then I was awake for an hour and then I slept for like 4 hours and then I woke up and did some editing, and now I'm baking for Bible study because I do the baking for Bible study. Why? Because I love baking and cooking and stuff, and so why not? Because I can't really do it for myself. So, but I'm learning to give myself a little bit of grace, and when I have big days like I did yesterday, just to sleep the next day and rest and chill and not do as much, because my health is getting a little bit worse nowadays. So I just have to kind of like rest a little bit. But I'm gonna bake this cake. I'm not gonna film it because I just can't be bothered to bring the camera in all the angles and whatnot, and it'll be boring if I just like leave the camera here. But I'm just checking in to say that's what I'm doing today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Morning lovelies. I didn't film yesterday because I had a really busy day and I had someone else helping me out with it. But today, my camera's very flat, so we'll see how much I get filmed. I need to run some errands, but we also have dietetics today. So we're gonna check and see how my weight's going, how my food's going, how my nutrition and all that jazz. So let's go. You know, it's one of those days where you pour drug water all over you. Actually, I don't know if it's one of those days because I've only just started doing this, but I'm sure people can relate. Also, I just wanted to show you something. I am probably so late to the game, but I only just realized that I can do this instead of putting a tubey clip there, and then it stays in place and doesn't like move around. I didn't know that. Well, anyway, there you go. Hello, I have a dilemma. I just got back from hospital. I was in overnight, and no, that is not the dilemma we are facing here. I mean, it's a dilemma, but we have another dilemma, which... Okay, you guys are all gonna like think that I'm crazy or something. So last night was Sunday. Sunday nights I go to church, and this Sunday night it happened to be the Sunday night that I was on supper, meaning I was cooking for 40 plus people. I decided that I was going to cook pizza pockets, and I was like, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna make 40 to 50 pizza pockets and just feed the entire crowd, you know. So I went to Aldi, I got flour, I got everything to make these pizza pockets. Mind you, I've been sick for a while. I don't have a flu, otherwise I wouldn't be cooking for like 50 or 40 people. So I have just been having real bad vomiting attacks, and just my intestinal motility, I'm pretty sure, is what's contributing to that, but it's just been crazy. So I was already sick. I'd been at a party the night before. When I say party, I mean like not a full-on crazy party. My sort of parties are super chill. We all go around drinking coffee or hot chocolate. Some people will have like a glass of wine or a little bit of like beer or cider or something like that, but nothing crazy. And we just like, you know, chill, play board games. Usually if it's summer, we go in the pool, except it was too cold. Anyway, I was pretty sick that night, and I took a Panadol in order to get to the party, and I was doing okay at the party, and then I went home late. I got home about like 12 o'clock, went straight to bed. Next morning, woke up so sick. I was supposed to do a market that morning. I couldn't. Now, mind you, I've been waking up very sick every morning for 4 days, 5 now. And I've been vomiting just uncontrollably at times, and it's just been really annoying. So I had a chill morning, and then I fell asleep again, and I slept all day up until about like 4 p.m, about 2 hours before I meant to leave for church. I get up and I start making these pizza pockets, and I've made all these pizza pockets, and I'm starting to feel extremely nauseous. And at first I'm like, maybe it's just the smell of the meat and the pizza sauce and everything. The smell's probably just making me nauseous. So I just kept on going. I did actually consider going to my clothesline and getting a peg and putting it on my nose. But before too long, I started feeling like, no, that's it, I'm gonna throw up. So I dropped everything I had done. Mind you, at this point, I had made 40 pizza pockets. 40. Ran to the bathroom, started vomiting like crazy, and I was just not well. So I had a massive pounding headache, and Panadol was not working. I was just throwing it up. So I made the decision that it was probably time for an ER trip. Called my friends. We went to the ER, and I left behind 40 pizza pockets with no purpose now for them to be eaten. 40 pizza pockets. What am I going to do with 40 pizza pockets? Anyway, I was in hospital overnight, and they ran some tests. They gave me IV fluids. They also gave me IV ondansetron to help me like with the vomiting, and they basically gave me the option. I can be admitted under gastro, or since I was feeling a little better, I could go home, because if I was admitted under gastro, I wouldn't be able to make my appointment on Tuesday. This is the second time we've had a hospital admission with a dilemma, not being able to make an important appointment. So knowing how crazy the last admission was in trying to get to an appointment, I chose just to go home and chill. So I've been sleeping and chilling all morning. I'm trying to work out what to do with 40 pizza burgers. Hey, I had my appointment with a colorectal surgeon yesterday. I didn't film it again because I think part of me just wants to kind of take a step back from filming every single part of my life, particularly every single part of my very personal and emotional side of life. And I just wanted to be present so I could think straight and focus on looking after me and my emotional well-being. The appointment was overwhelming. She was really lovely, really nice. Unfortunately, the appointment wasn't very positive. Basically, she explained to me in the kindest way possible that my EDS is causing the entirety of my GI tract to basically shut down. She did say, however, that at this stage my small intestine is okay, and she said the only reason my small intestine is struggling at the moment is not because the small intestine itself is becoming paralyzed, but because my colon and my rectum is basically paralyzed, and that has an effect on the small intestine, which then has an effect on the stomach. She said my gastroparesis is probably the first problem that showed up. Now it's the colon and the rectum, which is causing ongoing issues, and because that is an issue, my small intestines are being an issue. So she was basically saying that if we take measures to help the movement of the large intestine, like the colon and the rectum, then we should be able to give the small intestine a bit of relief and it should be able to do its thing. She did, however, give me an outlook of everything and said, look, there will be a time where the small intestine will just stop working. And I just kind of had to take that in. So in order basically to keep them going so that I can live, basically, because if it shuts down, I can't get food. So not best case scenario. So she's given me this and a whole bunch of papers. I guess the good news and the good takeaway from this all is that thanks to science and medical discoveries, there are now more options available before having to look at something like TPN. More options that aren't as, I guess, crazy as TPN, but still are not the best, I guess, because nothing medically, surgically is really the best option. But when you have a medical condition, it is the best option, but it's not the best option because surgery is surgery and you just want to avoid it as much as possible, especially if you have Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. You want to avoid surgery because you don't heal very well. When I got my PEG-J, that surgery for most people is supposed to be really easy, not hard at all, but because of my EDS, it was actually quite hard to recover from, harder than usual, and what usually takes 2 months max to recover took me like pretty much 6 months, maybe a little under 6 months to recover, which is crazy considering the fact that it is a very minimal invasive surgery. And it's literally a surgery that most people in America and other places can just get done on the day and go home the day they get it done. Whereas with me, I was in hospital for a month. If you are struggling with your health and you feel like you just want to give up, I get you. And I'm not gonna say anything to make you feel better because sometimes you just need to feel the emotions, and I'm here to basically say it sucks, and I get it, it sucks, and I'm not gonna paint a silver lining around it, because sometimes that's the last thing you want when you're in the situation. So it sucks. It's how it is, and my heart goes out to everyone, like my fellow EDS buddies and whatnot. I'd love to end this by saying keep going. I mean, obviously that's what I believe we should do, but at the same time I just want to end this video saying it sucks and just have some time to feel that, because you don't want to quickly just dismiss that it sucks and go on to like, oh, everything's fine, like I'm fine, and you're not fine. So anyway, I'm gonna start rambling on. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Love you guys. God bless.